Good morning बच्चों. Today we will discuss D block elements. D block elements are those elements in which the last electron enters the D subshell. They have general configuration n-1 D 1 to 10 ns 1 to 2 electrons, where n is the outermost shell. As you can see in the periodic table, on the extreme left side, group number 1 and 2, they are S block elements, while on right side, starting from group number 13 to group number 18, are P block elements, and the D block elements lies in between S block and P block elements. They starts from group number 3 and ends up to group number 12. Now, the definition of transition elements. First of all, we must know that why these elements are called as transition elements. The elements of D block are known as transition elements as they possess properties that of transitional between S and P block elements. For example, the ionization enthalpy of S block is very low, while P block element is very high, and D block elements have in between ionization enthalpy. Similarly, you can see the size also. The S block elements, they are quite big in size, while the elements which belong to P block, their size or atomic radii is generally very less, and transition elements, they possess the atomic radii in between S and P. That is why they are called as transition elements. It is consist of 4 series. First series is called as 3D series. It starts from scandium, that is having atomic number 21, and ends to zinc with atomic number 30. Similarly, the second transition series starts from yttrium with atomic number 39, and it ends to cadmium with atomic number 48. Third transition series or 5D series starts from lanthanum with atomic number 57. Then after 57, it starts from hafnium with atomic number 72, and it ends to the mercury, which has atomic number 80. That means in third transition series, in between lanthanum and hafnium, 14 F block elements, which are called as lanthanoids, are placed. So it starts from lanthanum with atomic number 57 and ends to mercury with atomic number 80, and omitting the elements with atomic number 58 to 71, they are not included in it. The fourth transition series or 6D series begins with actinium, and it is still incomplete. Let us see the configuration of scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc. All these elements, they belong to first transition series, or they are called as 3D series element. The scandium has atomic number 21, so its configuration you can see here. On the extreme right side, it is written argon 3D1 4s2. For titanium having atomic number 22, it is argon 3D2 4s2. Similarly, vanadium has 23 number, so it has configuration argon 3D3 4s2. Fourth one is chromium, which is shown in red. It should be argon 3D4 4s2, but actually it is an exceptional behavior shown. In this case, instead of 3D4 4s2, we have argon 3D5 4s1. Similarly, for manganese having atomic number 25, it is argon 3D5 4s2. For iron, it is argon 3d6 4s2. Cobalt, which is 27, it is argon 3d7 4s2. Nickel, which is 28, it is argon 3d8 4s2. Copper, again showing the exceptional behavior, it should be argon 3d9 4s2, but actually it is observed that it has a configuration argon 3d10 4s1. And last is zinc with atomic number 30, it is argon 3d10 4s2. तो अगर आप ध्यान से देखें तो स्कैंडियम जिसका नंबर 21 है, तो कन्फिग्रेशन लिखते हुए डी में 1 लिख दिया है और एस में 2 लिख दिया है. इसी तरह टाइटेनियम का नंबर है 22, तो यू कैन सी द ऑर्डर इज जस्ट रिवर्स ऑफ एटॉमिक नंबर. डी में लिख दिया 2 एंड एस इज रिटन 2 अगेन. फॉर वनेडियम द नंबर इज 23, तो डी में लिख दिया 3 और एस में लिख दिया 2. क्रोमियम इज शोइंग द एक्सेप्शनल बिहेवियर, you have to learn it, that is argon 3d5 4s1. मैग्नीज इज 25, तो इसमें आपने देखा कि डी में आ गए 25 का 5 पहले और एस में 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. इसी तरह आयरन जो है विच इज़ 26, तो डी में आ गए 6 और एस में आ गए 2. तो आपने देखा ऑर्डर जो है दैट इज़ रिवर्स, बट द एक्सेप्शनल बिहेवियर इज शोन ओनली बाय द 2 एलिमेंट्स, दैट इज़ क्रोमियम and copper. And you must learn this configuration, and you know the reason behind it is the extra stability which is associated with half filled or fully filled d orbital. So chromium and copper has a exceptional behavior. Similarly, you can see the members of second transition series starting from ytterbium. The next member is zirconium 40 number, niobium 41, molybdenum 42, technetium 43, ruthenium 44, rhodium 45, palladium 46, silver 47, and cadmium it is 48. And for writing its configuration you have to write in bracket krypton, the next noble gas, and instead of 3d now you will write 4d, and instead of 4s you will write 5s. तो आप यहाँ पे लिखेंगे क्रिप्टन, नंबर इज़ 39 के अंदर डी ऑर्बिटल जो है दैट कंटेन्स सिंगल इलेक्ट्रॉन एंड एस हैज़ अ 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. सो इट्स कन्फिग्रेशन इज़ क्रिप्टन 4d1 5s2, जिरकोनियम 4d2 5s2, नियोबियम 4d4 5s1 showing exceptional behavior, molybdenum again exceptional behavior, krypton 4d5 5s1, technetium 46 5s2, ruthenium krypton 4d7 5s2, rhodium krypton 4d8 5s1, palladium again exceptional behavior, krypton 4d10 5s0, silver again exceptional behavior having configuration krypton 4d10 5s1, and cadmium as usual it is krypton 4d10 5s2. Similarly, you can see the third series starting from lanthanum with atomic number 57. In this case the filling of 5d and 6s orbital takes place. So configuration with atomic number 57 is xenon 5d1 6s2. Now after hafnium, from hafnium we will write 4f because after lanthanum there is filling of f orbital take place starting from 58 to 71. So for hafnium it is xenon 4f14 5d2 6s2. Similarly, you can increase the number of electrons and you will see that in d orbitals the electron number is increasing, but the exceptional behavior is shown by those elements which attain a special stable configuration. For example, you can see for the elements like rhenium has atomic number 75. It has configuration xenon 4f14 5d5 and 6s2 again, which is very stable. Now, the fourth series has the element like actinium, rutherfordium, hafnium, seaborgium, boronium, hafnium, meitnerium, unnilium, unbium. This type of elements are there, and but these are mostly the synthetic elements which are not naturally found. Now, the definition of d block elements. D block elements, as we know that they have the last electrons entering into d orbital. If the last electron enters into the d orbital, at that time they will be called as d block element. Now question is, another definition is there. The second definition of d block element is those elements which have partially filled d orbital. Now question is, what do you mean by partially filled d orbitals? Partially filled d orbital means the number of electrons in d orbital should vary from 1 to 9. If the electron number ranges between 1 to 9, at that time that element will be considered as transition element. For example, if you see any element of first transition series, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, etc., you can see the d orbitals, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 is not present, 5, 6, 7, 8 electrons. But in case of copper, you can see that it has a 3d10 configuration, and zinc also has 3d10 configuration. That means copper and zinc should not be considered as a transition element according to the definition. So we have to modify the definition. According to the latest definition, any element is said to be a transition element which has incompletely filled d orbital either in ground state or in its most common oxidation state. So copper is considered as transition element because the common oxidation state of copper is +2. +2 means we have to remove 2 electrons. One electron is removed from s and other electron is removed from d orbital. So d orbital contains now 9 electrons. Therefore copper is considered as transition element. But zinc should not be considered as transition element because in its most common oxidation state, that is +2, it has d orbital which contains 10 electrons. So it should not be considered as d block element, but its some of the properties resembles to d block elements, so it is still kept with them. First question which generally comes in the exam, that is why zinc, cadmium and mercury are not considered as transition element. First of all, you must write its configuration, and after writing its configuration you will find that the zinc, cadmium and mercury have fully filled d orbitals, that is their d orbital contains 10 electrons. So d orbitals are not partially filled, hence they are not considered as transition element. Next question is, scandium is a transition element. Again the reason you know that comes from its configuration. Scandium has atomic number 21. In d orbital it contains 1 electron. So d orbital is partially filled, it is not complete, hence it is called as transition element. Another question is, silver has completely filled d orbitals 4d10 in its ground state, but yet it is considered as a transition element. Again the reason lies in the most common oxidation state. The most common oxidation state of silver is +2, and in +2 oxidation state the d orbital contains 9 electrons, so it is a transition element. Now we will study the general and physical properties of d block elements. And first property which we will study today, that is atomic and ionic size. The atomic and ionic size of transition elements lies in between S and P block elements. S block एलिमेंट से छोटा है और P block एलिमेंट से बड़ा है. The simple reason is, as we move from left to right, the nuclear charge increases, and so electrons are tightly held by the nucleus, so size of transition element is smaller than that of S block element. But in case of P block elements, the elements have greater nuclear charge, so P block elements have smaller size than that of transition elements. Let us see this graph. In this graph, 3 transition series are shown. The green one is a first transition series, the blue one is second transition series, and red one is third transition series. You can see the graph. This graph is plotted between the elements which are taken on x-axis and the radius which is taken on y-axis. Let us see first of all the graph of green line. You can see that scandium has greater radii, but when we move from scandium to titanium, the radius decreases. Up to chromium and manganese, the radius gradually decreases, but decrease is not too much large. For middle of the elements like iron, cobalt, nickel, they have almost similar radii, and at the end of series you see that the radii again increases. This is the first observation which is observed. In this case, the atomic radii is determined by 3 factors. The first factor is the nuclear charge. We know that as the nuclear charge increases, the radii decreases. Second is screening effect. We know that as screening effect or shielding effect increases, the size increases. And third is repulsive forces operating between the electrons in the d orbital. And we also know that if the repulsive forces increases, the size increases. When we start from scandium to manganese, at that time the electrons are gradually filled in d orbital. Up to manganese, you can see here the electrons. Scandium has only 1 electron in d orbital, titanium has 2, vanadium has 3, chromium has 5, manganese has 5. Then after manganese, the pairing of electrons in d orbital starts. Now, in case of scandium, from scandium to manganese, the atomic number is increasing, but the number of electrons in d orbital is also increasing. The impact of increase in nuclear charge is greater, so this nuclear charge pulls the valence electrons towards itself, hence size decreases. But after manganese, the pairing of electrons in d orbital takes place. As the number of electrons in the d orbital increases, at that time the screening effects start operating. Now this screening effect and the effect of increased nuclear charge, they start counterbalancing each other. Hence, the atomic radii of elements like iron, cobalt, nickel, that remains almost constant. But at the end of series, you can see that the number of electrons in d orbital increase to 10. Now the repulsive forces becomes high, and due to this repulsive forces which over dominates the effect of increase in nuclear charge, the size increases. तो हमने देखा कि साइज़ जो है स्कैंडियम से मैग्नीज तक कम हो रहा है क्योंकि न्यूक्लियर चार्ज बढ़ रहा है. मैग्नीज के बाद आयरन से लेके निकल तक साइज़ ऑलमोस्ट कांस्टेंट है क्योंकि यहाँ पे स्क्रीनिंग इफ़ेक्ट जो कि साइज़ को बढ़ा रहा है और न्यूक्लियर चार्ज जो कि साइज़ को कम कर रहा है, वो एक दूसरे को काउंटर बैलेंस कर रहे हैं. और लास्ट में आप देख रहे हैं कि न्यूक्लियर चार्ज नो डाउट बढ़ रहा है, पर स्क्रीनिंग इफेक्ट और रिपल्सिव फोर्सेस बिटवीन द डी इलेक्ट्रॉन इंक्रीजेज, सो साइज डिक्रीजेज. Second thing which you will note, the curve for second and third transition series that lies above the first transition series. That means the second and third series have greater radii than that of first series. This is very obvious because in case of second and third transition series, the filling of higher orbitals takes place. The filling of 5, period number 5 and 6 takes place. If the value of n increases, the size increases. No doubt nuclear charge is increasing, but when we move down the group, then not only nuclear charge is increasing, but the number of shell is also increasing, screening effect is increasing. Therefore, these two factors over dominates the effect of increase in nuclear charge, hence the size increases. But you can see one more very important thing, that second and third transition series have almost similar size. The reason is that for third transition series, the filling of 4f orbital takes place before the filling of 5d, before the filling of 5d orbitals. We know that 4f orbitals have poor screening effect, hence the nuclear charge impact on the valence electron get increased. Therefore, the radii of third transition series is not too much higher than that of second transition series. तो बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट बात पता चली कि जो थर्ड ट्रांजिशन सीरीज़ है, जिसे हम 5D सीरीज़ बोलते हैं, वो उनकी रेडियाई ऑलमोस्ट बराबर है सेकंड ट्रांजिशन सीरीज़ के. और उसका रीज़न क्या है? उसका रीज़न ये है कि जो थर्ड ट्रांजिशन सीरीज़ है उससे पहले एफ ऑर्बिटल्स की फिलिंग होती है, और एफ ऑर्बिटल्स जो है वो न्यूक्लियर चार्ज को रोक नहीं पाते बिकॉज ऑफ देयर डिफ्यूज़ शेप. तो उससे क्या होगा कि वैलेंस इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के ऊपर न्यूक्लियर चार्ज का इम्पैक्ट बढ़ जाएगा, और अगर न्यूक्लियर चार्ज का इम्पैक्ट बढ़ेगा तो साइज़ उतना ज़्यादा बढ़ने वाला नहीं है. तो द फिनोमिना इज़ एसोसिएटेड विद इंटरवेंशन ऑफ 4f ऑर्बिटल्स. द फिलिंग ऑफ 4f बिफोर 5d ऑर्बिटल रिजल्ट इन ग्रेजुअल decrease in atomic radii. This is called as lengthenoid contraction. And this question generally comes in the board exams, that why zirconium and hafnium has almost similar size. Answer is due to lengthenoid contraction. Thank you very much.